Have you ever seen a land that feels like it was carved by time itself? A place where fiery red canyons meet endless blue skies, where silence echoes louder than words, and every sunrise paints a masterpiece. Welcome to Utah. A land most think they know, but truly few have ever seen. Beyond the deserts and dusty roads lies a world of breathtaking contrasts. From the surreal arches of Moab to the mirror-like waters of Lake Powell, from the mystical beauty of Bryce Canyon to the boundless cliffs of Zion. Here every turn tells a story, of ancient winds, of forgotten rivers, and of nature's raw perfection. This isn't just a destination. It's a feeling, an experience, a journey into the heart of the American West. So sit back, open your soul, and discover the real Utah you've never seen before. Did you know that right next to the desert lies a city surrounded by mountains and salt flats, where the night sky seems made for discovering a million stars? As the sun plays with the horizon, casting shadows of the mountains onto the city streets, the air carries a faint scent of salt, and in the distance, the Great Salt Lake shimmers as if painted by the sunlight itself. Walking through this tranquil city, it feels like, on one side, the bustling life of the streets, on the other, the silent beauty of nature, together giving you both peace and excitement at the same time. But do you know the hidden secrets among the surrounding mountains and the saltwater lake? Passing through Temple Square toward the Ogden Reservoir, the colors of nature seem to transform, from the red-tiled roofs of the city to the white salt flats, from the green mountain peaks to the serene blue waters of the lake. Salt Lake City is not just a city, it's a place where people, lakes, and mountains all come together to create a feeling of endless calm, one that stays in your memory forever. Imagine a landscape where the earth itself seems to be on fire, towering red rock formations stretching toward the sky, and trails that lead you into a world carved by wind and time. In Moab, the scent of sun-baked sandstone fills the air, arches frame the horizon like natural cathedrals, and the Colorado River glimmers far below, winding through deep canyons. Every step here sparks a mix of awe and serenity. The desert's quiet hum feels alive, reminding you how vast and timeless nature can be. But what secrets lie behind these iconic rock formations, hidden valleys, and desert trails? From Arches National Park to Canyonlands, the colors shift dramatically. Deep crimson cliffs give way to golden mesas, and the rugged terrain flows into the tranquil blue of the river. Moab is more than a destination. It's a journey through a sculpted masterpiece where every rock, shadow, and path whispers a story you'll carry with you long after the sun dips below the horizon. Have you ever seen water so vividly blue it looks unreal, surrounded by towering red cliffs that rise like ancient guardians? At Lake Powell, the sun dances on the water's surface, casting golden reflections on the sandstone walls, while gentle breezes carry the faint scent of warm desert air. Gliding across the lake feels like stepping into another world, peaceful yet exhilarating, where every turn reveals hidden coves and secret beaches waiting to be explored. But how did this vast reservoir carve its way into the heart of the desert? Traveling along its winding channels, the colors of the landscape shift constantly. Fiery reds of the cliffs melting into calm blues of the water, and rugged stone giving way to serene reflections. Lake Powell is not just a lake. It's a living canvas of nature's artistry, where every ripple, canyon, and sunset tells a story that stays with you long after you leave its shores. Nestled in the mountains, there's a town where snow-capped peaks meet charming streets, and every corner feels like a scene from a storybook. In Park City, crisp mountain air fills your lungs. Historic buildings line streets that once echoed with the clatter of miners, and the scent of pine mingles with the aroma of cozy cafes. Walking through this town in winter or summer sparks a sense of wonder, the thrill of ski slopes above and the calm of quaint streets below, making you feel both adventurous and at peace. But what hidden gems lie beyond the main streets and ski lifts? From the bustling downtown to mountain trails, the scenery constantly shifts. Snow-white slopes transform into vibrant green forests, and the historic charm blends seamlessly with modern excitement. Park City is more than just a ski town. It's a place where history, nature, and adventure converge, leaving memories that linger long after you've left the mountains behind. Step onto a vast expanse where the earth stretches endlessly and the ground beneath your feet glistens like a frozen sea of salt. At the Bonneville Salt Flats, the air feels crisp and open, the horizon blurs between sky and land, and a faint mineral scent drifts as the sun reflects off the dazzling white surface. Walking across this otherworldly landscape is both humbling and exhilarating. The silence is almost complete, yet every glance sparks a sense of endless possibility. But what makes this barren stretch perfect for speed records and surreal sunsets? From shimmering flats to distant mountains, the scenery constantly surprises. Pure white salt merging with pastel skies, while shadows and reflections dance with every passing cloud. The Bonneville Salt Flats are not just a place, they're a natural stage of wonder, where the vastness and brilliance of the land leave an imprint you'll carry with you long after your feet leave the ground. Imagine a place where stone has been sculpted by wind and time into shapes that seem almost magical, arches rising like gateways to another world. At Arches National Park, the warm scent of desert earth fills the air, Sunlight paints the red sandstone in shades of gold and crimson, and the sky stretches endlessly above, a perfect contrast to the rugged terrain below. Walking among these natural formations, you feel both tiny and awe-inspired. Each arch and spire tells a story of patience, resilience, and nature's artistry. But which arch hides the most breathtaking view, known only to those who venture off the main trails? From delicate arch to landscape arch, the park's scenery flows like a living painting. Crimson cliffs give way to sandy valleys, while shadows shift and change with every passing hour of sunlight. Arches National Park is not just a collection of rocks. It's a sanctuary where every curve and crevice whispers a story, leaving you with a sense of wonder that lingers long after you leave. Hidden in the vast Utah desert lies a place where the earth itself seems to have melted into waves of color, hills rolling in shades of pink, gray, and ochre. At the Bentonite Hills, the air is dry and still, the ground crunches softly beneath your feet, and the sun highlights every ridge, turning each slope into a painted masterpiece. Walking among these surreal formations, you feel transported. The quiet beauty of the hills evokes both curiosity and a strange serenity, like stepping onto another planet. But what created these otherworldly colors and layered textures in the first place? From the gentle slopes to jagged peaks, the landscape shifts with every angle. Soft pastels melt into deep grays, and the shadows stretch long as the sun dips behind the desert horizon. The Bentonite Hills are more than just terrain. They're a canvas of nature's creativity, where every ridge, color, and curve tells a story that stays in your mind long after you've walked away. Step into a landscape where canyons stretch endlessly, and every cliff and plateau tells a story carved over millions of years. At Canyonlands National Park, the air carries the dry scent of desert soil. The Colorado and Green Rivers snake through deep gorges far below, and the sun casts dramatic shadows across jagged mesas and towering buttes. Exploring these vast canyons fills you with awe. The silence is profound, yet every view sparks excitement and wonder, making you feel both small and alive in this monumental landscape. But which hidden corners of the park hold the most breathtaking secrets? From island in the sky to the Needles, the scenery shifts like a living painting. Red cliffs fade into golden valleys, and the river's shimmering blue winds its way through rugged stone. Canyonlands is more than just a park. It's a testament to time, nature, and resilience, where every canyon, mesa, and river bend leaves a memory you'll carry long after the sun sets behind the cliffs. Imagine a place where giant sandstone buttes rise dramatically from the desert floor, casting long shadows that stretch across endless red sands. At Monument Valley, the air is warm and dry, the wind whispers across the flatlands, and the colors of the earth glow brilliantly under the desert sun. Standing here, you feel both humbled and inspired. The vast openness makes every step feel like a journey through time, where every rock formation holds stories of ancient landscapes and cultures. But what legends and secrets lie hidden among these iconic buttes? Traveling across the valley, the scenery constantly transforms. Towering red spires rise against the bright sky, while wide, sandy plains stretch endlessly in every direction. Monument Valley is not just a destination, it's a living symbol of the desert's majesty, where every shadow, color, and formation leaves an impression that stays with you long after you've walked its vast sands. Perched high above the winding river below, there's a viewpoint where the world stretches endlessly, and every canyon and mesa seems painted by nature itself. At Dead Horse Point State Park, the air is crisp and dry, the scent of desert sage drifts gently, and the Colorado River glimmers far beneath, carving its path through rugged cliffs. Standing at the edge, you feel both exhilarated and peaceful. The vastness around you humbles the mind, while the sweeping views fill you with a sense of wonder. But what stories lie behind the park's dramatic cliffs and legendary viewpoints? From sunrise to sunset, the landscape constantly changes. Red cliffs glow warmly as the sun rises, shadows stretch across mesas, and the river sparkles like a ribbon of silver below. Dead Horse Point is more than a scenic overlook. It's a place where time and nature converge, leaving every visitor with a memory of awe that lingers long after they've turned away from the edge. Hidden in the heart of the Great Salt Lake, there's an island where wildlife roams freely, and the landscape shimmers with salt flats and open skies. At Antelope Island, the air is crisp with a hint of salt. Bison wander across grassy plains, and distant mountains rise against a vast reflective lake. Walking here, you feel connected to both nature and history. The quiet expanse invites reflection, while the sight of bison and birds fills you with wonder and excitement. But what secrets and stories have these shores held for centuries? From the island's rocky ridges to its sandy beaches, the scenery shifts constantly. The calm blue water contrasts with rugged terrain, and sunsets turn the sky and lake into a canvas of vibrant colors. Antelope Island is more than a wildlife refuge. It's a sanctuary where every step, view, and creature tells a story of resilience and beauty that stays with you long after you leave its shores. Step into a place where the earth has been sculpted into thousands of spire-like formations, each rising like a cathedral of stone under the vast sky. At Bryce Canyon National Park, the air is crisp and dry. The scent of pine mingles with the desert breeze, and the sunrise sets the hoodoos ablaze in shades of orange, pink, and gold. Walking among these towering formations, you feel both humbled and inspired. Every angle reveals a new pattern. Every shadow seems to tell a story carved over millennia. But which hidden trails and viewpoints reveal the park's most breathtaking secrets? From Sunrise Point to Bryce Point, the landscape constantly transforms. Rows of spires stretch into the distance, while canyons and valleys create a mosaic of color and texture. Bryce Canyon National Park is more than just a collection of rocks. It's a masterpiece of nature, where every hoodoo, shadow, and ridge leaves an imprint on your memory long after you've walked its trails. Hidden in a quiet corner of Utah's desert, there's a natural arch that frames the sky like a perfect window, inviting adventurers to step beneath its grandeur. At Corona Arch, the air smells of warm sandstone, sunlight glints off red rock walls, and the trail winds through rugged terrain dotted with desert flora. Reaching the arch, you feel a rush of awe. The sheer scale and elegance of the formation make every step of the hike worthwhile, and the surrounding canyon adds a sense of serene isolation. But how did this delicate yet massive structure withstand centuries of wind and weather? From the trailhead to the arch, the scenery unfolds like a story. Twisting canyons lead to open vistas, red rock walls glow in the sunlight, and shadows shift with every passing hour. Corona Arch is more than a rock formation. It's a gateway to adventure, where every hike, view, and angle leaves a lasting impression of nature's artistry. Imagine a place where towering sandstone cliffs rise like giant guardians, and narrow canyons carve paths through a landscape that feels almost otherworldly. At Zion National Park, the air is filled with the scent of juniper and pine. Sunlight spills over red and cream-colored cliffs, and the Virgin River winds gently through lush green valleys below. Exploring Zion, you feel both humbled and exhilarated. The sheer scale of the canyons inspires awe, while hidden trails and waterfalls spark a sense of discovery and wonder. But which secret corners of the park hold the most breathtaking views, known only to the daring? From Angel's Landing to the Narrows, the scenery continuously transforms. Sheer cliffs give way to narrow river canyons, and sunlight and shadow play across every ridge and valley. Zion National Park is more than a collection of cliffs and trails. It's a sanctuary where every canyon, river, and peak tells a story of resilience and beauty, leaving memories that stay long after you leave. Rising from the desert like a solitary monument, Factory Butte stands against the horizon, its rugged cliffs telling tales of ancient geology. At Factory Butte, the air is dry and still, the ground crunches beneath your feet, and sunlight casts dramatic shadows across the barren landscape, highlighting every ridge and plateau. Walking around this isolated butte, you feel a mix of awe and tranquility. The vast openness stretches endlessly, reminding you how small yet connected you are to the Earth's history. But what forces shaped this solitary formation into such a striking landmark? From the base to the summit, the scenery shifts with every step. Golden sands meet weathered rock, and shadows stretch and twist as the sun moves across the sky. Factory Butte is more than just a geological feature. It's a testament to time and nature, where every ridge, color, and shadow leaves a lasting impression on those who venture here. Tucked high in the mountains, Amethyst Lake glimmers like a jewel, its waters reflecting the sky and surrounding peaks with stunning clarity. At Amethyst Lake, the air is crisp and pure, pine-scented breezes drift across the water, and the rocky shoreline is dotted with wildflowers swaying gently in the wind. Standing by the lake, you feel a sense of calm and wonder. The quiet ripples on the water mirror the stillness of the mountains, making every moment feel suspended in time. But what hidden trails and secret spots around the lake reveal its most magical views? From the sparkling surface to the surrounding peaks, the scenery shifts constantly. Sunlight turns the water shades of deep blue and violet, while shadows of the mountains stretch across the shoreline. Amethyst Lake is more than just a mountain lake. It's a sanctuary of serenity and beauty, where every reflection, breeze, and vista leaves an imprint that stays long after you've departed. Rising majestically above the Utah valleys, Mount Timpanogos stands as a guardian of the mountains, its snow-capped peaks touching the sky. At Mount Timpanogos, the air is crisp and fragrant with pine. Wildflowers carpet the meadows in vibrant colors, and streams trickle down rocky slopes, adding a soothing soundtrack to the landscape. Hiking these trails, you feel both challenged and inspired. Each step brings breathtaking views, and the sheer scale of the mountains fills you with awe and admiration. But what legends and stories surround this iconic peak, known to locals for centuries? From the foothills to the summit, the scenery transforms dramatically. Lush green meadows give way to rugged cliffs, and sunlight illuminates the snow and stone in a dazzling display. Mount Timpanogos is more than a mountain. It's a symbol of nature's grandeur, where every trail, peak, and vista leaves a memory that lingers long after you descend. Step into a canyon where the walls rise dramatically on either side and a river winds through like a silver ribbon, guiding every step of your journey. At the Narrows, the air is cool and fresh, water rushes and splashes around your feet, and sunlight filters through narrow openings, creating dancing patterns on the canyon walls. Wading through this river, you feel both exhilarated and humbled. The towering cliffs remind you of nature's power, while the gentle flow of water adds a sense of calm and rhythm. But which hidden bends and side trails reveal the most breathtaking secrets of this canyon? From the entrance to the heart of the Narrows, the scenery constantly transforms. Emerald moss and textured rock meet glistening waters, and shadows stretch and shift as sunlight moves across the walls. The Narrows is more than a hike. It's an immersive adventure, where every step, ripple, and towering cliff leaves a lasting impression of wonder and beauty. Hidden in a remote corner of Utah, Kodachrome Basin State Park glows with vibrant sandstone spires, its colors shifting with every ray of sunlight. At Kodachrome Basin, the air is dry and warm. The scent of desert soil mixes with faint juniper, and trails wind past towering rock formations that seem almost sculpted by hand. Walking among these unique spires, you feel a sense of wonder and serenity. Each formation is a natural masterpiece, and the contrast of color and shadow sparks the imagination. But what forces over millions of years created these surreal towers of stone? From the base of Chimney Rock to the open plains, the scenery continuously transforms. Reds and oranges blend into pale yellows, while shadows stretch across the desert floor with the movement of the sun. Kodachrome Basin State Park is more than a park. It's a gallery of nature's creativity, where every spire, color, and ridge leaves an impression that lingers long after you leave. Perched on the edge of the desert, Mexican Hat Rock Formation balances delicately like a giant stone sombrero, capturing the imagination of every traveler who passes by. At this iconic formation, the air is warm and dry. The desert breeze carries the scent of sagebrush, and the sun casts dramatic shadows that highlight every curve and crevice of the rock. Standing beneath it, you feel a mix of awe and curiosity. How can such a massive rock remain balanced so perfectly, seeming to defy gravity and time? But what natural forces shape this formation into such a unique landmark? From the surrounding mesas to the towering cliffs nearby, the scenery unfolds like a painting. Reds and browns blend into the clear blue sky, while shadows and light shift as the day moves on. Mexican Hat Rock Formation is more than just a curiosity. It's a testament to nature's patience and artistry, where every angle, shadow, and contour leaves a lasting impression on those who come to marvel.